I like when the hotline bling. It only mean one thing.
Gobble, gobble, hotline bling.
I like when the hotline bling. It only mean one thing. Are those even the words?
Every time I measure turkey juicy.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Hit or Miss Hallmark movie reviews.
Countdown to Christmas continues.
We're on a roll.
Yep.
Keeping it going.
Yeah, until this weekend. Oh my God.
I'm a bit nervous about this upcoming weekend, yes.
Yep. Today we're reviewing Holiday Hotline. Hello?
Party Line. This one is starring Emily Tennant and Niall Matter.
The writers here are Dwayne Poole, who sadly passed away in April, and this movie was actually dedicated to him. So that was quite nice to see at the end.
Yeah.
But he's been a Hallmark staple for years. Some notable credits include 'Tis the Season to Be Merry, Sugar Plum Twist, and one of our favorites, Winter in Vale.
Love it, love it. The other writer here is Julie Sherman-Wolf. Hello. Do we need to list some of her other credits? I think everyone knows by now, but we will anyway. Hanukkah on Rye, A Holiday Spectacular, Dickens of a Holiday, which...
Oops. And the director here is Mark Jean. Some other credits include 8 Gifts of Hanukkah, A Kismet Christmas, and Love Lights Hanukkah. I'll see how it did. What is this one about?
After leaving London, Abby connects with an anonymous caller while working at a cooking hotline. The caller is single dad John, who Abby unknowingly has become smitten with in real life.
I would say there's probably a time in everybody's life where they would call a hotline like that.
It just reminds me of those 90s, party line. If you're lonely, call, like you saw those commercials. Remember?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So what did we think?
So if you were to tell me that there was going to be a Hallmark movie about a turkey hotline, I probably wouldn't think twice about it being a failure.
Actually, I don't know. The idea is cool enough.
Interesting, silly, all of those things. But I also thought the same thing about a bunch of Santas running around, and I was definitely wrong there.
Yeah, this season has already surprised us a few times, so I don't know if we know what to expect.
So from the opening scene of this one, I knew we had something a little different here. They pulled this off. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. I think the campiness of this is actually its greatest strength.
Sure, it was campy, but I don't think you understand just how stressful and important a holiday turkey can be. This one speaks to me in a way that none of the other movies have yet, because I love cooking turkey, and I'm fantastic at it. And unfortunately, I don't usually get to do it. My mom kind of steals the show. Yeah, that's right, Donna. This year, I'm cooking the turkey. There's zero doubt in my mind that I could actually walk onto that job, and I would love it.
It's pretty much made for you, I think.
It seems like such a fun job. Anyways, go ahead.
I thought this one was just really creative in terms of plot, and I think it had great choices from the director in terms of some of the scene structures. For example, visually transposing Peggy next to Jack or any other of the callers while on the phone with them. I thought that was brilliant. It was a really clever way to create a real sense of her helping these callers, side by side. She's right there with them in the thick of it, in the hot kitchen. Callers begin to trust her because they feel like she's there with her.
Well, yeah, it felt like a personal connection. And to the technique, it worked really well. It was really cute when they were side by side, or when she was just in a different part of the kitchen and kind of talking to them.
Or in the bed with them, or in the anywhere.
You never see this technique in films because it is very campy, but you see it all the time in advertising, and it works really well in a short period of time. So I thought they used it a lot.
Advertising and obviously theater. It's a very common technique in theater.
But they used it a lot, but it didn't get tiring. It was like a necessary part of the story.
Yeah. No, it was a great tactic, a great choice by the director. I also like that we had a bit of a blending of American and English, because we don't usually see that. The mother was actually an American living in England with a daughter that has a British accent. Usually they kind of mask that stuff with a fake accent.
Yeah. They were kind of just mashing them together.
Yeah, no, I kind of liked that. I loved that the premise was kind of cleverly disguised as a You've Got Mail, or even you were mentioning Sleepless in Seattle.
It was definitely taken from Sleepless in Seattle.
That was great, which we
love.
But
it did a great job, capturing the same feels.
Yeah. The story was cute. It was clever. On paper, this sounds completely ridiculous, as we said, and it really shouldn't work. And yes, toward the end, some of the normal Hallmark components found their way in, and I don't think the ending was really brought to a firm conclusion, but overall, I think they managed to use a trope we've seen before, and add a fresh twist to it. It was truly unique, and it was truly funny.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this one a lot.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Well, let's head to performances.
Yeah. Okay, well, to me, I think Emily Tennant is just a star. I loved her in this. She was funny, she was charming. I think she pulled off the accent pretty well, considering she's Canadian. I saw a lot of negative comments online say that her accent was awful, and maybe it was, I don't know, maybe it was to some, but it didn't pull me out of the story, out of the action at all, which makes me think it was pretty good. And I mean, it definitely was a certain kind of English accent. It was very prim and proper, and I think it's called received pronunciation or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a royal family accent, which she was doing, and which
which is quite a different British accent. They sound different than other British people.
Yeah, but that's a stupid thing. I've been to London many times. Lots of people who aren't royals use that accent. It's like the same thing as saying you have to be a Kardashian to sound like a Valley girl.
This is Glendale.
I thought she did a great job.
Oh, I did too. I think everybody was wrong on that one. Emily Tennant was also my standout, and I just absolutely loved her in this film.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't recall seeing her before.
I don't remember her, but she's been in a few.
She's on the top of my list this year.
She was great in this.
Niall Matter was also excellent, as he always is.
He always is, yeah.
I do have to point this out, though. We have never reviewed a Niall Matter film.
Which is quite weird.
We've just managed to miss them, like the Christmas sweater one.
Never Kiss a Guy in a
which we've seen multiple times.
I know, we've watched it.
Reviewed it. I don't know how that's possible, but this is the first time we've actually got to review one of his movies.
Yeah, we've seen so many, but I've never actually sat down to review them.
It's weird, but he's great.
Yeah. One other great character, in addition to the two leads, was Eric Athervale.
Back again.
Oh my God, who played Emily Tennant's boss, Roger, at the Hotline. He was also the coach, reindeer, rickshaw, sorry driver, in the Santa Summit. Dasher, yeah. He was hilarious.
I loved how he was like totally owning the Mr. Rogers vibe in this movie.
And his name was Roger.
And his name was Roger, so and just with a little touch of awkward humor.
His interactions and comedic delivery were so good here. Like, he's a fantastic actor. I can tell. There's more there. I want to see him as a lead. I know he's not your typical lead, but I don't know, there's something special.
He's got somebody in Discord said this, and I totally agreed because I love it. But he's got like a Matty Finocchio quality to him, where he can go any way. It's like I don't know. I don't know if he's straight, if he's gay, if he's a main character or side character.
He's
but
so funny.
He's great, and I hope we get to see him again. All right, let's head to Nit Picky, Hit Picky.
Okay, so Nit. Abby started off this movie narrating who she was and where she was working and where she lived and where she had to go. She was narrating a story, essentially. But then that stopped about 5 or so minutes in, and I feel like you should continue that narrative technique if you've started it, Like maybe even just bring it back around at the end so it comes full circle. I think that would be effective.
I generally would agree, and maybe the end would have worked, but I don't think it was necessary. Like the V intro was only to introduce her and why we would be hearing her in 2 different accents the entire movie. Okay. Any more than that, it would have been kind of super convoluted.
I'm not saying
but
to go overboard,
it could have worked.
But it would have been nice to end it, like cap off with a little, go full circle with it, right?
Sure.
I don't know. Nit, okay, maybe this is more of a suggestion, but I think the Hotline should have included all holiday foods, not just turkeys, right? Because I thought it was kind of limiting. It was only about turkeys.
No, but there was. It was people calling about their turkeys, but the one guy, the mafia guy, is like, all right, now let's get on to the cheesecake. And
could people call about other foods?
Well, I think they inherently would. Like, and I think one lady asked about the potatoes as well, and she's, there was.
Okay,
it's about the meal, but turkey.
I wasn't clear on
turkey's
that.
The centerpiece, right? What are you gonna do?
I wasn't clear on that. I thought it was just turkey.
Yeah, they definitely didn't focus on it, but there was a few little drops there. The cheesecake thing I remember for sure. Gotta follow up with the dessert. Anyway.
Okay.
Hit the great food references and all the cooking preparation lingo. The turkey brining, which, by the way, is the most important thing for your turkey. If you have dry turkey, it's because you didn't brine it. That's it. That's the only reason, because I've never had a dry.
Yes, you're a strong proponent for brining.
It's a no-briner. I was like, I like the dad jokes.
Yeah, some good lines, some good dad jokes. It's cheesy, but fun, yeah.
And 20 hits for all the Yorkshire pudding talk. That's another
that.
family specialty that is dear to my heart.
Yeah. Hit, Winnipeg. I think it's really becoming a hotspot for not only Hallmark movies, but larger Hollywood films, TV shows. I'm pretty sure Fargo was filmed parts in Winnipeg.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a cold spot.
Just love the Canadian representation of different, like you always hear about Victoria, Vancouver, Nelson.
I'm completely on board for Winnipeg being the next hotspot.
Yes.
I'd even make a drive out there because I've actually never been to Manitoba, which is it's on my
It's actually
Canadian
the next
travel
province
list.
over. It's
No
not
offense,
that far.
Manitoba, but it is one of the last ones that people visit.
Well, I mean, it's brutal in the winter.
Yeah.
But, you know, but it is the next province over, so we
But yeah,
really should try and
go Winnipeg.
Yeah, love it. Hit. We already said this, but I just want to reiterate kudos to the director here for the creative blocking and just generally taking some risks. Like even the montage scene looked good with some whip pan transitions.
Yeah.
It was energetic. The movie looked great. It looked great.
All right, let's bring up the Christmas meter. I think we're gonna move this to the end.
Okay.
Our best, most loyal fan, Dan Holloway.
Oh, nice.
Suggested that. And I was like, I know. It
sense.
always feels like it's kind of like premature. It's like, oh, well, here, we hated it. Let's get to a list.
Well, if I usually hate something, you know right away.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like from the beginning of the video.
It's a little hard to hide.
Anyway, let's get to it.
What'd you do?
I am going to give Holiday Hotline 10 Lords a Leaping.
Excellent score. Definitely deserved
Really
it.
enjoyed it. I thought it was hilarious.
And because this one just tickled me properly,
food.
I gobbled it up.
Oh.
I'm going to give Holiday Hotline 11 Pipers Piping.
Whoa, is that your highest?
It is this year, but if I'm being technical, I only gave Santa Summit 10 so I wouldn't have the same score as you, which is stupid. Not something I should be doing.
I know, I'm
So
kind of
technically, I
giving
probably
10.
would have gave that 11 too.
For things that I'm
These
really
are
liking.
very close to like perfect movies, you know.
Very
the,
close,
The standard
yeah.
for me is Ghost of Christmas Always, the only 12
Love that.
but
Absolutely love that.
at least the top end of the
Yeah.
scale works.
For ones that I'm really liking, I'm kind of like not going higher than 10 Lords of Leaping. I've given a few of those out.
This one deserves 11 for me. I feel like
it's a
I would
good
want to
one.
watch it again for sure.
Oh, definitely. I would watch it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because it fits in that little like American Thanksgiving before Christmas, like it is
Right.
possibly a perfect countdown to Christmas November movie.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Our Thanksgiving is different, so I don't connect to the Thanksgiving part of
we
it
have
really.
to kind of celebrate the American one in theory as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's get to our
you wanna
list.
Bring down the list. Whip it. Yeah, girl.
Christmas party.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ice skating.
No.
That one's been the hard one this year, apparently.
No.
We've had more caroling than ice skating.
Tree decorating.
Yes.
Yes.
We're not sure about this one because we might have missed it. Santa.
I don't think there was a Santa in
It's like
this.
2 in a row we've missed Santa. I feel like there was because
But
I
we
feel like
could
he
be
might have been
wrong.
like somebody was dressed as Santa when they were handing out the gifts at the end when he saw her in the call center, blah, 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 blah.
I didn't have Santa in my notes.
Okay,
Usually I'm
well,
taking notes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hot beverage. Yes.
Yes. Snowball fight or snowman?
No. Christmas market.
Yes.
Yes, there was.
A Christmas carol?
Yes. Mistletoe kiss. No.
Character obsessed with Christmas?
No. Holiday tradition. Yes. I mean, it's Thanksgiving.
That's a big one. And Christmas magic?
No. No.
Did fairly well.
This was great. It was a lot of fun. It was creative.
Very enjoyable movie.
Yes, and it was a fresh twist on something we've seen before, but they definitely brought some fresh ideas to it, especially in terms of the directing and blocking and staging. And yeah,
Would
it was
watch
awesome.
again, would recommend anytime.
Definitely. Yeah, let us know what you thought about Holiday Hotline. Let us know in the comments below.
Where would it rate on the Christmas meter for you?
And we'll see you very soon.
Yeah, we'll see you next episode. I think we're going to stop saying which movie it is because we're just going to be out of order.
We might be a little out of order. All I
see.
know is I've been waiting for Biltmore Christmas like forever.
It's
so
coming.
It's coming.
Oh my
It's
God.
coming.
I have to show this. Daniel also sent me this. They're on the cover of TV Guide.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Man,
I want
the
to
hype.
order that. Like, I
The
actually want to
hype.
get that issue.
Guys,
Anyways,
the hype for this one, I'm nervous about the hype
I know.
for this one.
At this
high.
point, it better be 10 or higher. Anyways, we'll see you next episode. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already.
And we'll see you very soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.